Oy, I feel like my head is spinning. That was just silly. Hey, happy Hanukkah, everybody, and Shabbat Shalom. Cyberov here with a bit of oral Torah for you, and look at this. The oral Torah has gone visual. How cool is that? Well, it is Hanukkah, a holiday of light, candles, latkes, dreidels, sufganiyot, yum, presents, and above all, miracles. When moderns hear the story, like the one told about the Maccabees recapturing the temple, finding one tiny little bottle of kosher olive oil that would last for a single day and yet burned for 8 days, some of us have to be wondering, did that really happen? And should our skepticism overtake us, would that be the death of Hanukkah as we know it? Well, the Bible records what we would refer to as miracles, but never refers to them with the word nes, the Hebrew word which we have commonly used for miracle. The Torah is much more comfortable talking about otot, signs, or niflaot, wonders. Almost all the wonders of the Bible have been analyzed from a scientific perspective. And so, the splitting of the Red Sea was due to a possible, if unusual, tidal phenomenon. Or the earth swallowing of the rebel leader Korach and his band of troublemakers might have been an earthquake. And the manna that daily fell from heaven and fed the Israelites for 40 years in the wilderness can be traced to a certain kind of edible secretion of insects found in the desert and gathered by the Bedouins in the Sinai until this day. Interesting, but also a little disheartening. When reading the Bible scientifically is motivated by an interest in explaining away the miracles or rendering the wonder less wonderful, then such an approach misrepresents the Torah's meaning. The miraculous tales of the Bible do not necessarily ask us to believe in them literally, but only to recognize the hand of God operating within the world and to be filled with a sense of awe and wonder over what it is we see. The rabbi's ambivalence with supernatural miracles is reflected in a Talmudic tale, Shabbat 53b, for those of you who would like to look it up, in which a nursing mother dies, leaving behind her destitute husband and baby. The man was in no position to hire a wet nurse to continue feeding the child, but heaven suddenly alters his body so that he himself could feed his child in the exact manner that the deceased mother had. A miracle. Two rabbis respond to this miracle. Rav Yosef says, "Wow, what a great man he was for heaven to have so performed such a miracle." Abaye responds by saying, "On the contrary, this man must have been defective for heaven to have altered nature in his behalf." In other words, don't be so impressed with the supernatural. There are sufficient wonders within the natural world that should move us to be filled with awe and reverence for God. G.K. Chesterton, a prolific 20th century English writer, put it as follows: "The whole order of things is as outrageous as any miracle which could presume to violate it." I love it. So, in the end, what to make of that little tiny bottle of oil that burned for 8 days? Well, if it happened, it was a miracle. But I'll tell you, the real miracle is that the Jewish people, after 2,000 years, still tell the tale and move others to look for the miracles in their lives. I hope that you will find some otot, signs, and niflaot, wonders, in your own life today and every day. This is Rafi Rank, the Cyber Rav, wishing you a Shabbat Shalom and encouraging you to spread a little oral Torah and a little visual Torah too around your cyber community.